YouTube, Smooth the Trucker. We're in Texas today, you guys. We're in Texas. It's hot and humid. We got trucks out here waiting to get our morning loads so we can get out of here and hit the road. We got in last night, and now it's this morning. We're waiting on a load. Hopefully go to the East Coast, get some miles this week, and keep that money coming in. So things have been going real consistent here for FedEx Ground. This is going to be a 3-month review of FedEx Ground, what it's like working here for this company for 3 months, hauling doubles usually to the East Coast and back every week. Honestly, these last couple of weeks we've been doing a lot of Texas runs. We've been going to Texas, back to California, back to Texas, back to California. So they've been mixing it up a little bit compared to our normal, just staying weekly, going to the East Coast and back. But overall, things have been real consistent with FedEx Ground. I'd say working here for 3 months, this is still one of the very best companies to be working for, because you have consistent freight. We're still hauling essential supplies, and freight still needs to be moved right now. Even though it's a real crazy time with this whole illness that's been going on, and with all the riots that are happening all around the country, as an OTR driver, you got to be extra safe and extra careful right now, because times are really crazy, and you never know what's gonna be happening. So more than ever right now, it's super important to stay safe and just not to do anything that's going to put yourself into harm's way right now. So, but overall, 3-month review, things have been going really well. It's slowed down a little bit compared to the first 2 months. I think mostly just because they haven't had quite as much freight. But overall, we've still been getting consistent. I'd say it's just gone down a couple notches, but at the same time, we're still hauling, we're still moving out here, and we're still getting consistent loads every week. Even if it's down to Texas, back to California, Texas, back to California, it's not quite as many miles, but at the same time, we're still hauling and we're still moving out here. So overall, it's been going super, super well. So Smooth's still a real happy camper. We're real consistent, and consistency is the key. You want to get a consistent gig that's going to give you consistent miles every week, where you don't have to worry about having to sit around for a long time and waiting on loads. I've been with companies where you're sitting for a long period of time waiting for a load to come, and it's drag, honestly, having to do that. You want to have something consistent. It's like go, go, go. You can be on the road, get your money, and get back home. But overall, we're still doing really good. Even making 4,500 miles a week, we're still getting about 12 to 1,500 a week on average. This last month I was making a lot more than that the first couple months with this company, but it's all good. We're still rolling, we're still making money, and we're still on the hustle, still doing the grind. And that's what it's all about, being a truck driver out here, being on the hustle, being on the grind, getting from point A to point B, getting your deliveries in and dropping hook and get out of here. That's honestly one of my favorite things so far about working for FedEx, is that they're never going to send you into a sketchy area where you got to figure out how to enter the shipper or receiver. I've been to a lot of shippers and receivers working for prior companies, like Gardner and May Trucking, where they'll send you in and it's real sketchy, real tight, and you got to sit at the dock and wait forever for the guy to unload you. And that's one of the nicest things about working here for FedEx Ground, is you never have to do that. It's always a terminal to terminal location drop. So that makes it real easy, real simple, and you don't have to ever put yourself into a sketchy situation. So that's been one of the nicest things about working here for FedEx Ground, is just the terminal to terminal drop, and not having to worry about going into a sketchy shipper or receiver and having to, figure out how you're gonna back out of there, especially when you're hauling doubles like we are. We haul these things right here. See this truck right here? That's a double FedEx Ground. So when you're hauling stuff like that, you can't back stuff up like when you're hauling stuff like that. So if you make a wrong turn, you're basically screwed. You have to go, unhook all the trailers and rehook up to get out of a situation. So you don't want to ever put yourself into a situation like that to begin with. So luckily, I've been working here for 3 months. I've never had a situation like that yet. I don't know of anybody that has had to, disconnect the trailers and do all that. garbage to get out of a situation, but it's just nice knowing that they're going to minimize that risk from happening, because there's, you know, they're just not going to send you in a situation like this. It's a real big yard, big FedEx terminals where you drop off at, and then they just have the local guys, I guess, go and deliver it once they get to the main area when you're driving here for FedEx Ground. So overall, 3-month review, you guys. Things are going really, really well. Loads are still real consistent. We're getting consistent work. Sorry I haven't posted a video in a while. It's been just really busy, just staying on the hustle, staying on the grind, and just making that money. You know, we're still making good money. You know, even making 4,500 miles a week. We're still making on average about 1,200 to 1,500 a week take home pay. You know, so things are going really, really well. If you guys are interested in being a driver here, I'd recommend FedEx Ground, you guys. It's a real consistent, you know, high-paying company, and you're going to be getting your money when you come here. You know, you're not going to be. A lot of other companies are slow right now. If you work for different companies, so FedEx isn't like that. You know, you're going to be moving, you're going to be getting your miles, and you're going to be a real happy camper. So. We're actually looking for drivers too, so if any of you guys are watching this video and you want to interested in FedEx, just send me a message, comment down below, and I'll give you guys the info to join this company. So overall, 3 months, things have been going really, really well. I'd say the biggest thing is just staying safe out here. You know, I've seen a lot of news articles where they're closing down the freeways, riots are happening on the streets, and that's something that you don't want to be involved with. It. That's a truck driver. You don't want to put yourself into a situation like that where you're stuck in a riot and, you know, having people slamming on your doors and stuff. And that's something that I think every truck driver would agree that is something that they don't want to have to run into out here. So super extra important just to stay safe and to avoid putting yourself into a situation like that, because honestly, no truck driver wants to have to be in a situation like that. But overall, things are going real well. Consistent loads, consistent high-paying jobs. If you guys are interested, send me a comment. I'll give you guys the info to join FedEx Ground. I think you got to have, my contractor said 6 months to a year experience, and have your doubles endorsement. If you got those things, you're good to go. And of course your CDL as well. So anyways, I'm going to sign off, you guys. Looks like we're going to be getting the load here pretty soon. I see some drivers going to get their paperwork, so they're going to see where they send us off to next. And that's all I got for today. Smooth the Trucker, out for now. You.